building for the future. And so let's jump right in to today's presentation. As I say so very often, everything that we do in the world of Emery is always excellent. Excellent. We believe here in Emery that we have something that no other company has ever been able to possess. Those things embody what our Emery journey is for us and for so many others that are now joining us. And so this presentation, this event that you're here for is designed, specially designed, to allow us to now build this business and the rest of our lives for the future. You see, we cannot build our own future without other people. There must be an element of a vision that is bigger than yours, just bigger than you. It allows other people to now see themselves in that vision. And so very often we find that our own future becomes built when we now help other people to build their vision. Therein is the secret to every single thing that we do in life in general, and most certainly in our Emery business. So building for the future starts with a few foundational principles. You must have a mission, a clear mission of where it is that you really would like to go. You must have a vision that allows other people to now see themselves within your vision. And of course, the core values, the things that you are standing by, the things that make you you in your own personal mission, vision, and reality. One of the foundational principles is having trust and following your truth. Here at Emery, we follow our truth and build trust. Our mission is to bring happiness to ourselves and our family. Within our mission, we find other people, we find the truth, and we find the trust that people will put in our own mission as they now find themselves in this journey. We have a vision to become the pride of the direct selling industry. Again, it's about truth, trust, and other people. It's about other people now having that picture of where it is that we would like to go to become the pride of the entire direct selling industry. And in doing so, we stick to our core values of sharing, being rewarded, focusing on other people in that sharing. Success, breeding success. Again, trust and truth. Where our compensation plan is designed to reward your focus on other people's vision and other people's goals. And of course, filial piety, which means that we treat each other in a particular way. We treat each other with respect, with love, and with caring. Within our mission, our vision, and our core values, you find that there's the foundation of trust and the truth. And so here at Emery, we have to embody this. I say very often that I ask the question, are you in Emery or is Emery in you? Every time you step out of your home or you pick up the phone and you now tend to the business of building your business, these truths and this trust has to be the foundation of every single thing that we do. So why did you choose Emery? This is something that you must ask and answer every single day. Then and only then will you get the results. Then and only then will you not entertain the idea of quitting. You see, some people will join Emery for the product. We love our products. There's no doubt about it. When we think of our Vison, changing lives, changing stories, our Adwell, Vitae, from Tima, Alihat, Flexes, Hushme, and all of our products to come. You find that people fall in love with our product and they want to be a part of our community. Some people fall in love with the leadership, strong and integrous leadership. We do not have leadership here at Emory that's self-centered and self-focused. All of our established leaders here at Emory, they are focused on other people in their own journey. Maybe it's the income. Maybe it's something that you see in Emory that you want to change your reality. Maybe it's the idea of philanthropy. Many people join Emory because they see that sharing being rewarding, that philanthropy that our company does, where we never ever seek any publicity or try to make a name for ourselves in our philanthropy. Or maybe it's to build a legacy. Maybe you're the type of person that has touched many lives, and now you want to live that legacy. You want to be able to leave behind your name that stands above so many others in this industry. So why are we here? Why are we here? You must answer that question. This is your own personal question that will make you be aware of what it is that you're actually doing in this journey. So why are you here? Is it just the ability to work from anywhere? Is it working on your own schedule? Maybe it's just the low cost of entry that has brought you here. Maybe it's the fact that you have been in traditional business. You've experienced many of the heartaches where the business owned you, and you like the idea of building something where you have partners and not employees. But why are you here? My friends, at this point and at just this juncture, the most important thing is truth. Many of us will do this business in a way that matters for others rather than themselves. Many of us will do this business in a way that it matters only because there are other people that depend on their results. So who is it that benefits from your results? Anyone that's doing this business for themselves, they will quit. But once you have that reason, someone that benefits from this, you will never quit. That why, that purpose. What is your cause? What is it that you believe, that you see here at Emory? The how, that's the process. Emory has created a simple system and simple strategy for us to follow. So no one should ever be in this business and be wondering, how do I do it? We have a process, specific actions that when you take them consistently, you now achieve your why. And then the results. The results in Emory show for themselves. You see, what's your result? The result is, what do you do? The result is as a direct proportion to your activity. The result of why. And this is the proof. There's no doubt about it that here at Emory, one can succeed through luck or leadership. You choose. You choose. Because here, you have to understand you must have vision. To be able to build for the future, you must have vision. So what is your great vision? You know, even the Bible talks about vision. In the book of Proverbs, it says, in one interpretation, for lack of vision, the people perish. Another translation says, where there is no vision, the people become unrestrained. They become unfocused. They go, of course, they quit. The word vision is so powerful that it appears 53 times in 47 verses in the Quran. There are 18 other words that are derived from the word vision. So the key is to find a vision that imposes discipline naturally. Vision is the source of discipline. Vision inspires discipline. You see, without vision, there is no reason for discipline. There's no reason. It's just about being here and taking up that space. But once you have a vision, and that vision is deep inside of you, that calling from much greater, much higher, that vision creates the reason for discipline. And the discipline is the power that comes from your vision. My friends, in my own personal career here in this industry, my vision always simplifies life. When you capture a vision, it simplifies everything. Vision also controls all of the choices. When you have a vision, you would know where you are going. You automatically know the roads to take, and you know the roads not to take. If you know what you do automatically, then what will happen for you is an inevitability. Vision shows you your destination, where you will find your destiny. Because a person without vision becomes a slave to their reality. So many are slaves to their reality. But a vision is when you have that picture of your desired future that can only reside in you. Vision works as we walk toward it. So if you want to be successful, do not just seek the success. Seek to become that person of value. Become so good in your area, in this journey, that you could never ever be ignored. So vision means that you must dare to seek for something beyond yourself. It's got to make you scared. It's got to be so big that other people can see themselves inside of your vision. In order to build for the future, you have to have that type of vision and that type of desire. Not the desire just for the penthouse and the desire for the cars and the desire for the money. That would be a byproduct of your vision. I'm talking about the desire to change a situation in your world. That desire is there for a reason. And that's why you're here today. And so, my friends, what does it take to build for the future is vision. And so here are three things that can allow you to stay connected to your vision for the future that you see. Number one, get very comfortable with the idea that your goals, your dreams, your talents are all an extension of your future you. Not everybody can see it. I remember going to my dad 10 years ago when I first founded this industry. And I said, Dad, this is amazing. I love it. I want to be a diamond one day. My dad said, it'll never happen. I've seen things like this before. It doesn't work. And I said, but Dad, I can see it. But he couldn't see it. The reason is because that vision is inside of me. It is my future vision. It doesn't belong to everybody. God placed it inside of me for me. And so get very, very comfortable that your vision is yours. When sharing it with other people, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. Because it's so very often that people will steal your vision because it's not theirs. Number two is show up, even when it hurts. Because I had a great mentor who would always say the right people always show up for the right vision. So you have to show up, even when you don't feel inspired, Even when the disappointment is too real and the pain feels too deep, you've got to get up, you've got to get dressed, and you've got to do it anyway. Because at that moment is when you're going to find your breakthrough. Nothing ever happens good when we're comfortable. You always have to be stretched in order to go very, very far. And so I encourage you to always, always hold your vision. And number 3, ask yourself these good questions often. What am I gaining in this journey? Is it my own personal growth? Is it my relationships? Is it my money? Is it my self-worth? What am I gaining in this journey? Who are the other people that are counting on me? I am building this business for other people. It's never for ourselves. If you were to think carefully to your decision to getting started here at Emory, the heart of it is other people. So who's counting on me to not quit? Who's watching me? Who are the other people that can help me? There are people that God will place in your path to help you. You just have to ask. And so who are these other people that I can turn to for help that God has placed in front of me? And what are the dreams that will unfold as I now go through this journey to my desired destination? You have to be the energy that you want to attract. And as you now attract more of that energy, you will see your dreams unfold. You will ultimately see your vision, and you will build for the future. And so right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure, my honor, and my privilege to introduce a gentleman whose vision has allowed all of us to now exist here in Emory. I now bring to the stage a wonderful and amazing leader, someone who has inspired so many, including our own Miss Queen Komoda. I now introduce Mr. Yap Yen, our president for international markets.
He is a lawyer by profession, an active participant in direct selling association meetings and forums, an entrepreneur, international speaker, and motivator who has successfully brought MLM in over 30 countries with 19 years of experience in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, the Group Executive Vice President of Emory Group of Companies and President of Emory International Markets, Mr. Yap Yen. Let's hear it from him.
Hi, Brian.
Good morning, or should I say good evening, Mr. Yap. I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for being our very, 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 very first guest for Emory's Building for the Future platform. I'm so happy, so grateful, and so excited for you to be here with us, to get to know you so much better. Please share with us, how are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling very excited. I'm very energetic, and it is an honor to be invited to this platform to share a stage with you today, Brian. So I'm really excited today.
Wow, amazing. And I am uber excited. I'm really uber excited to be able to now spend this time with you, get to know you a lot better, and to get some nuggets, learn some things that we have never ever known before. So I'm very, very, very excited. So you're now on stage, so share anything that you would like to share with our Emerians from all around the world.
Number one, welcome to this wonderful session. I'm really excited, like I said, to share this stage with one of the greatest motivator and life coach that I have known, and that is Brian Lewis. And I may not known you for a very long time, but through the little time that I have spent with you, I realized that you are an extraordinary leader. Uh, and I'm excited as well to learn and to share more things together with you to all our Emirates worldwide.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Yap. It's such an amazing compliment hearing it from you, a transformational leader as well, someone who has helped to inspire so many people, so many people all around the globe. And so, Mr. Yap, I want to ask you some questions. We're going to get real with you today. Is that all right?
Yep, give it to me.
All right, awesome. Well, let's start at the very, very beginning. You know, all of us have started our own Emery journey thanks to an invitation. Someone has had to invite us in order to be able to capture this vision that, as I said earlier, resides in all of us. So please describe for us your relationship with the person that invited you, Mr. Lau Changguan. Describe your relationship and how that conversation came to be.
Wow, this goes back to the very beginning. Okay, Mr. Lau and I go back to our teenage years when we were both reading our law at University of West London, commonly known as Brunel University. We became very close when I broke my leg one day while playing basketball. You know, staying in a dormitory with a shared kitchen wasn't easy for the handicapped. So Mr. Laos spent a lot of time checking up on me, even cooking for me at times. You know, what is remarkable about my relationship with Mr. Lau? I was the extrovert, the party one at school. Mr. Lau was an introvert then, and he was also a little less confident in speaking English in London. And because he came from a Chinese-speaking school, and whereas myself, I came from a English-speaking environment. So because of his insecurity, Mr. Lau spent a lot of time in his room doing extra reading with an English dictionary just to improve his command of English. He was a very determined person. And right from those early days, I always knew that this guy will be very successful one day. And true enough, he turned out to be who he is today.
Wow. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So you both have known each other. Now I can see you as being the extrovert. Yes, I can. I can see you being the party guy. Yes, I can. And I can't wait for us to get together live in person and to have share some of those stories that you've definitely had over the years, for sure. So when Mr. Lau Changguan called you, and he shared with you his vision, what is it that he said to you that made it click with you so that you would be in alignment with him here in this journey?
Okay, this is going to be a bit lengthy because it also shows appreciation to Mr. Tan as well, which is our vice president. Okay, now this is not the first time I actually worked with Mr. Lau. Okay, after we graduated, both of us went separate ways. I pursued my bar qualifications in Malaysia, and Mr. Lau started to join the corporate world. And surprise, under the leadership of Mr. Tan Kam Fu, our senior group VP. Yeah. So after several years and after gotten my bar qualifications, I was working with one of the biggest banks in Malaysia, and I was slowly ascending the corporate ladder. Mr. Lau approached me and asked if I was interested to join a MLM company with also interest in food and beverage and properties. I did not hesitate and said yes to him. That was my first stewardship under Mr. Tan. In other words, both Mr. Lau and myself were students and apprentices of the great Mr. Tan.
Wow.
Okay. In the years to come, I have learned everything about multi-level marketing, compensation plan, and all the gruesome operations of building and running a company. Now, many years later, all three of us went separate ways. Mr. Lau ventured into China on his own, being hired in top corporate positions in public listed companies and even as a MLM consultant. Mr. Tan continued his career in Malaysia and Southeast Asia, being a CEO of several MLM companies as well. Whereas yours truly was a CEO of a networking company in specializing in the Middle East and Africa market. Now, fast forward to 2018, I contacted Mr. Tan out of the blue, just to catch up. We don't see each other often because I was overseas most of the time. He invited me to have lunch near the old Emery office. Now, when he heard I had resigned from my previous company, he gotten very excited and told me, Ryan, please do not pursue anything yet. Take a break. I want you to meet Mr. Lau before you decide to take the next step. So it was close to Chinese New Year, and I said, okay. Now, couple of weeks later, Mr. Lau actually flew in from China just to meet me. Okay, I was pretty excited to catch up with an old friend. Then he started telling me about Emery and the vision he had of spreading happiness to every home and everybody, including ourselves. And that his vision has spread from China to Taiwan to Malaysia. I was half convinced. Then he told me about Virgin and the rest of the Emery products. I was convinced about Virgin because I have not come across any MLM company that focus on female health, especially intimate care. So now my eyes started to open. Subsequently, he invited me. Then he drew the compensation plan to me on a piece of paper, tissue paper, in a coffee house. Now, wow. That got me very intrigued because the board system was at first so confusing. But it drew me in. I spent the next few days studying the board and the plan with Miss Hing, our IT director. So now that I'm convinced with all the ingredients and the platform, the next thing I want to find out will be how much would Mr. Lau and Mr. Tan put in on this vision? A lot of people can just say a lot of things, but how much will you put your money into what you say? So he invited me to Qingdao in China to witness everything myself. On my first day in Qingdao, I was already 100% convinced after I saw the state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities dedicated to just one product, Virgin. Then the fully owned corporate office occupying a whole floor of a building. I told myself, if these guys are not serious about the vision, they wouldn't have invested millions of dollars into it. So now I ask myself, where do I fit into this vision? Mr. Lau and Mr. Tan both told me that they see me as the last piece of the puzzle in internationalizing Emery and bringing happiness to the world. Wow. The last alphabet in the word Emery, which is the I. They will not just make up Emery a brand, the logo, without any doing anything about it. And so he got me in, and that together with our products, we can restore more female reproductive health worldwide. He did ask me about all these questions about the female reproductive health around the world. So in the end, I was convinced, they were convinced, they trusted that my last 12 years before joining Emery, I was actively building and setting up MLM business in over 25 countries, primarily Africa and Middle East. And I'm really happy I said yes, because that simple yes has led to where we are today, including our acquaintances and also this interview today.
Amazing, amazing. What you said so many things there, but one of the things that I just saw, which is a foundational principle in this business, is relationship. It's because of that foundation of relationship in this industry. So many people are looking to technology, the social media, and so on in order to build, which is great. But the foundation still has to be that principle of friendship. That principle of that relationship has to be there. I'm so grateful that you shared that. I never knew that. So the initial vision, the initial seed that was planted was from Mr. Tan Kung Fu. I never
Yes,
knew
he was
that.
our mentor, actually. And
Wow.
today he is happy to take a back seat and let Mr. Lau and myself, he's a successor to really run the show. And I'm grateful to Mr.
Wow.
Tan's real leadership behind all this.
I'm so grateful that you shared that with us. That was something I know that many Americans never ever knew. And so I'm so grateful for that information that you share, that insider information. So in your own vision, you could now see their vision and you could see your role and your function. I was just saying that when you have that vision, it simplifies everything. And so you said that when you saw the actual facility, you were already there. You were already there making your decision in that vision. So let me ask you one sidebar question. The minute that you saw that vision, what did it mean to you? For each of us, when we see a vision, we see something that is unique. What is it for you?
If you're asking when I see the vision and what is it in for me or in me, vision can really is the driving force of our life. If you do not have a vision in anything that you do, you will never get far. You are just floating through life and letting life tells you what is going on and just float like a butterfly or float like the wind. So what is even more significant is that when you and your partners share a common vision, that is the biggest driving force that you can do. I mean, we are dealing with multi-level marketing. Many lives are involved in this business. It's not something that you can just design just for profitability's sake. Everybody, including the partners to all the way down to our staff and our distributors, must share the same vision. And in our case, our vision was to actually spread happiness to ourselves, to our family, to all our business partners worldwide through our incredible products.
Amazing. Again, embodying the vision, having something to do with other people, not building it for yourself. My next question, let's get to know you a little bit better. Where were you in life when you were told about Emery? You said that you had just left your corporate job, and that's when Mr. Tan Kamfu said, don't do anything. So timing is very important. God always does everything in the perfect time, I always say. And so where were you in your life, in your own personal journey? You had just left the job for reasons that you would know. So where were you personally? Eliminate Emery for a minute. And let's talk about Mr. Yap Yen. Where were you in your own personal journey at that time?
I think to answer this question is many people have not heard this side of the story. Okay, now just a recap. I had recently resigned from my ex-company as a CEO. And I was actually taking a break because I was flying for 15 years, working almost 20 hours a day. So I was taking a break, relaxing and catching up on my reading. When I was offered this partnership with Emery, I was actually in the midst of launching my own MLM startup. Okay. And believe it or not, my two partners who said yes to me at the time was our VP, Dr. Queen Komoda, and also Miss Gladys Marie. Okay, we have the backing of a big manufacturer in Malaysia, and we even have started designing logo, audios, visuals. Queen was on ground in Nigeria and Ghana to run the other preparations. Now, both of them were really shocked at the last minute when I told them we will stop whatever we have done and join Emery instead. And this is the power of trust and integrity as a leader. Both these ladies, they did not question my judgment or my decision and just said, yes, boss, we will support you. And mind you, I have not met Queen in many years, but yet the trust and bond cut so deep for her to say yes to me and quit a high-paying job from another company. And Gladys was crazier. She packed her bags and flew to Malaysia within 48 hours when I say I needed her, not knowing when she will fly back to the Philippines. Now, being leaders, I must really emphasize on the importance of trust and integrity. It's not something you can build overnight and say you have. It's something you must show and do. And most importantly, the consistency of doing it. You know, my beloved team who have joined Emery when I needed them most did not join me because of money, but simply because they trusted the vision. Okay, and that also I will take care of them, ensuring continuous personal development, and most importantly, they can see a future. Networkers should inculcate this habit of say what they do and do what they say. You know, my Arab brothers who can testify in this room, they know me fondly of only one thing. If I say I will do it, I will do it. If I don't say it, don't put words in my mouth. It's as simple as that.
Amazing. I love that. I love that. Integrity is the foundation of trust and truth. And so I want to thank you for that. And you're so right. You know, when I first spoke to Miss Queen Komoda about Emery, I was already halfway to saying yes. Just the way that she spoke to me, the future that she was able to cast, that vision, it is flowing. I've got to tell you that the vision, just as in this industry, duplication flows whether you know it or not. It's not necessarily something that you say, but it's the way that you do things, the way that you act. And that duplication has definitely has gone from Mr. Tan Kang Fu through you, through Mr. Lau Changwan, down to Miss Queen Komoda, now to me, and to so many other leaders. It is the truth. It is the truth. And it's because here at Emery, our goal is always to get people to trust us, to trust that vision. And it's all coming from our amazing, amazing leadership. Dr. Queen Komoda, yourself, and every single person that is a part of Emery. So thank you for sharing that little detail about where you were personally in your own life. I have another question for you. What goals did you set for yourself in Emery when you said yes? What is it that you had as goals? We have the vision. We have the vision. It's all about happiness, creating the environment for happiness on multiple levels. But share with us the goals. What are the goals, the physical goals that you have set for yourself and after?
Wow. Okay, I have actually set my goals for Emery, which a lot have materialized before the pandemic kicks in full blast. But if you're asking what goals I have set for myself, to be honest, Brian, that is a more relevant question, and it's a reflection of your higher level of leadership skills. Relevant is because if you don't have personal goals, then it would not translate into corporate goals. Else, it will be misaligned or conflicted. Just like a networker with a personal goal of making easy money, fast, and without effort or little capital, they get sucked into joining an MLM company blindly because the promoter knows exactly how to play on your vulnerability. To be successful in the networking business, you need time and effort to learn and put in the effort. And this will contradict with your personal goals. So, like I said, your question is a reflection of your great leadership, Brian. Just let me start with that. Now, believe it or not, I set a goal to go back to basics. It's just as simple as that. The very basics of the industry itself. Although I have over 20 years of management experience in the networking industry, I wanted to zero-rise my knowledge and start afresh. Emery has a very unique compensation plan, culture, products, and state-of-the-art system. And if I insist or pretend that I know everything, then I know I will never learn new things and grow. I wanted a fresh perspective and a fresh approach. I do not want to be governed by all the things can or cannot be done. I set a goal to build Emery in international that is true to the spirit of the networking industry, and that is truly empowering people to bring happiness to themselves and to their family. You know, I have seen it all, heard it all in my last 15 years in Africa and Middle East. I wanted to build a company that will overcome all the weaknesses in all the different types of compensation plans and have a platform that will enrich and expand beyond the conventional business tools in doing this business. So those were my personal goals in building Emery, because I know if I am true to my achieving my own personal goals, it will be reflected in the goals for Emery.
Amazing. Wow. And you're so right. So many nuggets. I've got to listen to this. I'm definitely going to be listening to this recording. There's so many nuggets in the things that you're saying. So many things that we can all use in our own personal journey. You're so right. It must come back to you. You've got to have your own personal goal in alignment with exactly where it is that your vision is taking you. I had a great, I just stick one pin. I had a great compliment, ultimate compliments paid to me this week. There was a gentleman in Nigeria that was a part of the very first company that I was in. My goal at that time was to impact the lives of people in and outside of the business. And years later, I haven't spoken to him in such a long time. He launched his own training company. And he just reached out to me to just say thank you for just inspiring that. And that went back to my own personal goal of wanting to now impact people in a positive way. And so I thank you so much for that. Now, my next question for you, although we are just about 5 years old, Emery is a baby. We will be a running giant in the industry. We are a baby company. And so if you were to look back in the last 5 years, what would you have done differently, if anything at all? Something that has materialized and you realize, you know what, I could have done this better. I could have done this differently. And so share with us, what is that thing, if anything at all?
Wow. Okay. Well, the first thing, if I can do anything differently at all, we'll be having the intuition or premonition that the pandemic and global lockdown will happen last year. You know what? I don't think I would have wished to do anything differently at all, Brian. I may wish to have seen different results instead. In fact, I'm grateful that the pandemic happened. It has humbled me and made me vulnerable. I was caught off guard. I was lost. I was scared. I was worried. I am still human, okay? I know I have to snap out of it, change gears, and move faster, okay? I got our teams together to re-strategize and immediately switch to digitalization. We allocate our resources and budgets and the team commitment to unlearn and relearn. You know, we actually grew during the pandemic and the lockdown period. You know, I keep telling myself, we can't change what the world do to us, but we can choose how to react to it. Okay. So in all honesty, I don't think I would have done anything differently back if given the chance. This is also my humble philosophy in life. Don't look back. You can't change your past. You can't change the family that you're born in. You can't change all the bad decisions you make, nor prevent all the tragedies or failures that have happened to you. But you can change what you can do now. And if you can change what you do now, then you can change the next 30 minutes of your life, the next 1 month of your life, the next 2 years of your life. You know, my secret is to keep reminding myself, what am I going to do now that will change my life in the next 30 days or in the next 1 year? For instance, if I'm going to have the next hour to myself and presented with the option to watch Netflix, play online games, or browsing Facebook, I will ask myself whether doing all this will change my life in the next 30 days or the next 1 year. You know, when you are conscious about making decisions, then it will lead you to take the right action. Like, I will choose to read a book, research about the industry, and surprise, surprise, I even do prospecting. It may not have a direct, tangible return, but all small coins accumulated can be enough to break a piggy bank one day.
Wow.
That's my humble philosophy, Brian. And that's my way of building for the future. Doing productive things now, no matter how small, consistently. By doing so, you are actually building new energy of change.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Yap. This has been an awesome session. I could just keep going and going and going, but I'll save that for when we get together in the same physical space. Thank you so much for being on this very first pilot of our amazing event. This is really the foundation. This is the foundation of building for the future, having the vision to be able to encapsulate other people into that vision toward the future. I thank you so much, Mr. Yap Wai Yen, our president for Emery International Operations. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We're so happy, so grateful, so excited, because you are the person you are the leader you are the mentor you are the person that you are. And we are so grateful. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I want to share with you, just as Mr. Yap Wai Yen just said, your past does not equal your future. You do have the power to create it. Build everything that is Emery, build it to last.